What's up, everybody? Good morning. Let's get those lineups set for week 14. You guys have a lot on the line today, Frank? Big weekend for you?
No, not really. Not much going on here. I do have one home league where I think I'm battling out for first place and I could get a bye in the playoffs for next week. But outside of that, everything is settled. I'm either good to go, I'm in the playoffs, or I'm way out of the playoffs. So not really much going on here. How about you?
Yeah, a lot for me, actually. I think 3 leagues where the outcome will determine if I'm in the playoffs out of 9, but out of really 8. No, out of really 7, because one league, Scott Fishbowl, I'm already in the playoff. Actually, really 6. Wow. So 6 of my leagues start the playoffs next week. 3 of them, I don't know if I'm in or out yet. Wow. So yes, I have a lot on the line. How about you, Chris?
How about the stakes between Dave Richard and I in our YOLO IDP league? I am 12-1. We're both 12-1. All right. Entering week 14. I'm riding in a 12-game winning streak. He's riding an 11-game winning streak.
Wow.
I am 9.9 points ahead for first place. And there is one bye week spot in this league. So there's actually a ton of stakes in our matchup this week. And I'm 12-1. I lead the league in points. I should have no stakes heading into week 14. This is ridiculous. I'm very upset about it. I shouldn't have to worry about this league this week.
No, that's wild. Neither of you should, but of course, Keith is the commissioner, so he likes a little chaos. So he gave one bye in that league.
And I'm the defending champion. I've won twice in 5 years.
Wow.
Dave's won once, so a lot on the line here. Not happy about it.
This is like the Chiefs Bills.
Yeah, I think I've got 3 leagues where I'm out of it, and 4 leagues where I'm safe. So I've got half my leagues. I think I have something to play for this week.
All right, everybody. So it is a big week for all of y'all out there, and we're going to answer as many questions as we can. We'll go over some of the headlines. First, I'm taking a look at the weather. Doesn't seem like a bad weather day, which is great. Giants, Eagles seems like the worst to me. Jets, Bills, and Giants, Eagles, as I look at my guy, Kevin Roth on Roto Grinders. You're going to get some snow. It's snowing where I am right now, which is nice. You're going to get some snow in the Jets-Bills game, but nothing crazy. Wind's not too bad. The Giants-Eagles game just looks like it's going to be kind of ugly, rainy, cold. Don't know why anybody would go to the game sort of scenario. But, all right, so on that game, Chris, Saquon Barkley is active. He's going to play. Look, it might be one of those situations where you just have to start him, but you're kind of crossing your fingers. But, where'd you end up with him in your rankings, Saquon Barkley?
Yeah, I think you're definitely starting Saquon Barkley. I guess I could see a scenario where you might have, I don't know, Rashad White and Zonovan Knight, and you might consider Saquon, but I'd still start him over those guys. So he's an RB2. There's definitely some risk. Philadelphia's run defense, I think they've still given up pretty big numbers 2 of the last 3 games, if I'm remembering correctly, even though they, made some additions. They got Jordan Davis back. So I'm not 100% sure how I feel about the matchup, but he's almost certainly guaranteed a big workload. He's like a fringe RB1 for me.
Yeah, I mean, getting Jordan Davis back is obviously a big deal, and they were terrific against Derrick Henry last week with Davis back. So I think Barkley's going to stink, but I can't go on that gut feeling. I mean, you have Ramondre Stevenson, you start him over him, but
yes,
as Chris said, Rashad White, he's got a terrible matchup. Bam Knight doesn't have a great matchup. Not going to start Dobbins over him. I would start James Conner over him against the Patriots.
Yes, I would start James Conner over him.
Frank, what do you think about the Seahawks backfield with, not officially, but reportedly, we're not going to have Ken Walker or DJ Dallas?
Yeah, I don't feel too great about it. I think they're probably just going to wind up passing a little bit more in this matchup with the Carolina Panthers. I have Travis Homer as RB30, so he's a mid-flex. I know other people around the industry have him ranked higher than that. Just don't really feel great about this backfield overall. I think they can mix in multiple backs. I don't think any of them are great either. Carolina's sneakily been okay against running backs this year as well. So, I don't really love it. I have Travis Homer as a flex, and I don't really want to use Tony Jones if you can get away from it.
Okay, would you start David Njoku or Travis Homer? That's our first question. It's a non-PPR.
I'd take a shot on Homer there.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I think I prefer Homer in PPR to non-PPR. He's an RB3 for me as well in both formats. But yeah, I'd rather have him than Njoku.
All right, now Njoku does tie into another news item, which is that Amari Cooper is going to play, but apparently really not 100%. So how about this one, David Njoku or Gerald Everett?
I'd go with Njoku.
Yeah, same. I have Amari Cooper a little bit lower this week. That report again that he could be a little bit limited in this matchup. It is a road
on a pitch count.
Yeah, road game for what it's worth too. Amari Cooper, like the home road splits thing is wild, but he's more of a high end wide receiver 3. Most of the season, he's been a pretty solid wide receiver 2 ranked for me.
Yeah, he's wide receiver 23 for me, but there's like, I think, a clear delineation between the guys ahead of him, which is like Mike Williams, Marquise Brown, and the guys behind him, which is Zay Jones and DJ Moore. Like, I feel like there's a big gap between the wide receiver 2s and wide receiver 3s this week.
Right. But Mike Williams and Marquise Brown are certainly risky.
For sure. I don't know what to expect from either of those guys. The Cardinals passing game is kind of fascinating because we haven't seen this receiving core healthy. You know, they had one game with Marquise Brown and DeAndre Hopkins. Marquise Brown ran a bunch of routes from the slot, but that was with both Greg Dortch and Rondale Moore out. Greg Dortch has been awesome in any game that Rondale Moore hasn't played this season. I think he's averaging 16.3 PPR points. So I'm starting Greg Dortch in a few leagues. He's like a wide receiver 3 for me this week.
Well, yeah, I mean, both those teams, you mentioned the Cardinals and the Chargers, we haven't seen them healthy all year, basically. We haven't seen a game where Keenan Allen and Mike Williams both started and finished.
Yep.
So I've had a lot of Josh Palmer questions. I'm sure we'll get some here. We haven't seen a game where you've had 2 outside receivers that are going to command a lot of targets for the Cardinals. You know, you haven't had Hopkins and Marquise Brown and either Dortch or Rondale Moore on the field all at the same time. So very interesting scenarios. But basically, you do want to downgrade Amari Cooper a little bit. He is not, as we go into the game, we don't think he's going to be the Amari Cooper that, you know, we were hoping for earlier in the week. Not to mention, his quarterback was really bad last week. We don't know when he's going to flip the switch. Dobbins, did we talk about Dobbins, guys?
We haven't talked about Dobbins yet.
All right, he's going to be active today. I just put him in a lineup over Kareem Hunt, but that was actually a tough call for me, and I know you guys stood on that.
I think you're hoping for 10 carries from either Kareem Hunt or J.K. Dobbins. Like he came back from the knee injury, had 7 carries in his first game. Next game, he had 13 carries and 4 targets. That was really promising, but then obviously wasn't used nearly as much. I think 13 carries is probably the ceiling for J.K. Dobbins. I think we're going to see him and Gus Edwards both in like the 10 to 12 carry range, and you're just hoping for a touchdown. It worked out one game for J.K. Dobbins.
Gus got nothing last week. So I'm hoping, look, it's low end stuff. We're not excited about it either. All right, let's get to the questions here. DJ Moore or Mike Williams?
Mike Williams.
I have them both in the same range. I have DJ Moore 3 spots higher, but wide receiver 20 through 24 is Hollywood Brown, DJ Moore, Jerry Jeudy, Mike Evans, Mike Williams. So I just have question marks about all of those names.
PPR, would you pick up Chig or Bellinger to start at tight end? And then if you're going to drop one of those Ravens running backs, you're going to drop Gus Edwards.
Yeah.
I'd rather start Chig Okonkwo.
I think I'd rather start Bellinger. He played like 95% of the snaps last week. So I'd go with him.
Yeah, I have Bellinger 1 spot higher. 97% snaps, 33 routes on 40 dropbacks. His first game back. I mean, his usage is really good. So
yeah, it's not bad. Okonkwo, though, without Treylon Burks, saw a boost in his involvement last week. But I can see why they'd be pretty similarly ranked. Samaje Perine or Michael Carter? Oh, and I don't even know what the poll is today. And the reason why Paul Blake isn't on there is because not only has Simon Schaefer never seen that movie, he's actually never heard of Necessary Roughness. But let's take a look at today's YouTube poll. Can my computer be any louder? All right. Who are you starting your franchise with? Shane Falco, Willie Beeman, Paul Crew, or Ronnie Bass? Great question. Oh, boy.
Ronnie Bass is Sunshine from... Yeah. I think you got to go with the young guy, right? Like Willie Beeman's been through a lot. Shane Falco is a mid-career guy. I think you got to bet on youth, right?
It's definitely not Falco or Crew. They're washed up.
Yeah.
I think it's Beeman. I think it's I need to see Sunshine prove it at the collegiate level before I start my NFL franchise with him.
Yeah, I mean, he's got to get through college. He's got to get through the 70s. So, there's a lot going on there. You don't know how the summer of love affected Ronnie Bass.
Oh, man. What's your vote, Frank? We got Shane Falco from The Replacements, Willie Beeman from Any Given Sunday, Paul Crew from The Longest Yard, and Ronnie Sunshine Bass from Remember the Titans.
Frank, have you seen any of these movies?
If I reveal how many of these movies I've seen, I probably will get kicked off the stream and never asked to do anything football related on CBS ever again. So I'm not going to answer that. I'm just going to say I chose the guy who's played by Adam Sandler. So that's it.
Dude, you've never seen Remember the Titans?
I played the fifth.
Wow.
It's legendary. I mean, it is
Good movie.
legendary.
Saw that one in theaters.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, all right. So Willie Beeman was a bit of a clubhouse ruiner, right? A bit of a team chemistry problem.
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, we gotta get his attitude in check. Anyway, P. Ryan or Michael Carter?
I don't really like either one, but I think I would lean with Michael Carter.
Yeah.
I don't know how much Samaje Perine is going to play. I know he's been awesome the past couple of weeks, so some people think he could have a role with Joe Mixon back. I don't know that that's necessarily the case. I think Mixon could step back in and just be the guy. Carter, you're hoping for like 8 to 10 touches. I think I would go with him.
Yeah, I think what it comes down to is Perine has always had a bit of a passing game role, but this season that's been much more limited than it has been in the past. And so I don't know if you can count on that. I think Carter has more of a guarantee in the passing game, so I would go with him.
Yeah, I think P. Ryan has only had 2 good games that Joe Mixon has played, not counting the game where Mixon left with the injury. So if he goes back to his normal role, that is a very low floor. Gabe Davis or Bam Knight, half PPR?
Bam Knight.
Yep, I'll take the shot there.
Okay, how about a quarterback this week? All right, well, actually, the question is who to drop, Lamar Jackson or J.K. Dobbins?
I'd drop Dobbins, personally.
Yeah.
I just think it's pretty unlikely that Dobbins is going to be much more than like a 12-carry guy.
Not really sure when we're going to see Lamar Jackson again, too.
Yeah, the latest report was that he's likely to miss next week as well.
And even if you have Lamar, you're probably going to play Fields over him anyway, right? I mean, you're
going to be looking at some tough Fields matchups. I know that. So you'd like to have the option. I guess I'd drop Dobbins.
I think so, too. That one's close.
Fields has the Eagles next week. You're going to have to start him because I don't think Jackson's going to play. Then he has Buffalo. Week 17, he has the Bears. You'll start him. Or not the Bears. He is on the Bears. He has the Lions. All right, we need a flex here. James Cook, Travis Homer, Perine, and Fournette. Or Sherfield. Not Sherfield.
I think I have Fournette ranked the highest. He is expected to play. I know he was questionable coming into today. Yeah, I have Fournette ranked the highest of that group. But yeah, they're all in that 25 to 30 range for me at running back.
Yeah, it's Fournette, Cook, Homer for me is the way I would rank it.
Yeah, and if Fournette's not active and you missed James Cook, you can go to Homer.
True.
That one.
Yep. Yeah, Homer and Cook are back-to-back for me, so it's no big deal for me either way.
Oh, no, the playoffs are this week. Oh, no. Perine or Mostert?
Oh, Mostert.
Yeah, I would go with Mostert as well. The Dolphins running back situation was weird last week. I know Jeff Wilson was like awful. He only had 1 or 2 carries, whatever it was. But I would expect that to kind of flip back, and Jeff Wilson will be more involved, but it's a really, really good matchup regardless. So
Dameon Pierce or DJ Chark, half PPR?
I think Chark is pretty sneaky, but I would still lean with Dameon Pierce.
I think this is going to be a really bad day of football. I see a lot of really bad games on the schedule.
You're so optimistic, Adam. Wow.
I just like last week it was so promising, but I could see, I mean, they're not all going to happen. I could see 20-point blowouts in there are probably 4 or 5 games. Houston, Dallas, Giants, Eagles, Jets, Bills, Chiefs, Broncos.
Whoa, buddy.
Outside chance of Seattle, Carolina. Although I think Carolina will give them a game, but this is going to be a really crappy week. Sorry.
Hey, this is the time of year, right, where you start to see these massive spreads and stuff. So
yeah. Henry or Okonkwo?
I would go with Hunter Henry. That literally cannot get better. So
yeah, and there's no Jacoby Myers. That shouldn't be completely overlooked. Chris Godwin this is tough.
I'm going with Godwin. Just the volume of targets has been so overwhelming. I know it's a tough matchup. I know Tampa's offense has been bad, but I think it's Godwin.
Yeah, I have Godwin one spot higher. It's a really, really close call there. The targets have actually been really consistent for both of these guys, but you're right, Chris. Godwin is seeing even more work. 49ers defense is really good, especially against the run, but I think they can get exposed a little bit more by wide receivers.
Titans are so weird because like they both are and aren't a good matchup. Like I think they still rank among the most points allowed to fantasy wide receivers, right?
I think they give up the most.
Yeah, but like it doesn't necessarily feel like there's always massive performances against them. I don't know how to quantify why they rank so poorly.
Because they see the most pass attempts in football. They have the best run defense, one of the best run defenses, and no team gets thrown on more. If it's not the most attempts, it's the top 2 or 3. But yeah, no, I agree. I thought they were kind of a tough matchup going into last week because they were playing great. I mean, they held the Chiefs to 20 points when Mahomes threw 68 passes. They held the Bengals to 20 points. And then the Eagles really crushed them. But they are without their top cornerback, and they're also without Nico Autry. So I don't really consider them a tough matchup, and I do think Lawrence will have to throw. If this is a real tiebreaker for you and you're nervous about Trevor Lawrence's foot or something like that, was it his foot or his knee?
His toe.
Yeah.
Then you could use that as the tiebreaker. But I personally would go Kirk, but they both said Godwin. But yeah.
They've allowed the most pass attempts in football by 33, and the 2 teams below them have both played one more game.
Wow. Wait, no, that can't be.
Yeah.
Below them, but
so they've allowed 482 pass attempts in 12 games. The Raiders have allowed 459 in 13.
Oh, and the Rams are the other one?
No, the Falcons.
Oh, okay. That's wild.
Yeah, because there's only been 265 rush attempts against them.
J.K. Dobbins or Dameon Pierce?
I'm going with Pierce.
I would go with Pierce as well. I understand why people are. God bless you. God bless you.
Oh, crap. I unmuted the wrong microphone. I muted the wrong mic.
I know. I was like, what are you doing? It looks like you're hitting the mute button, but everyone's hearing your massive sneezes.
I'm sorry about that. I'm sorry, folks.
I'll go Pierce.
Pierce?
Yeah.
All right. Amari Cooper, DJ Moore, or Gabe Davis? Ugh.
DJ Moore.
I'd still go with Amari Cooper.
Okay, I think I'd probably go with Moore also. Saquon or ETN? Ugh.
I think I moved Saquon ahead of ETN. Nope, I have ETN one spot higher. I don't know how I feel about that.
Yeah, these are 2 running backs I wouldn't really want to have this week.
ETN they don't throw the ball to him. Like it's just like it's 3 targets every week. And
guess what? The Titans see the most running back targets in the NFL. I don't know if it's going to matter, but
yeah, he's like 37th out of 54 running backs in targets per route run rate this season. Like he's not really a factor in the passing game at all. I'm going to go with Saquon ahead of Travis Etienne.
Yeah, it's close, but I would go with Saquon as well.
Okay, Saquon across the board. Latavius Murray or Bam Knight?
Zonovan.
Yes, I've got Bam quite a bit higher, like 5-6 spots.
Okay, P. Ryan, Juju, DJ Moore, or Fournette, half PPR?
Fournette.
I think DJ Moore versus Fournette is really close. I lean with DJ Moore.
All right. Yeah. If Fournette, DJ Moore's a late game too. So Fournette's expected to play, but if he doesn't, you have options there. So just to throw this out there, because we're getting a lot of P. Ryan questions, I don't think we're going to give you a lot of P. Ryan answers because we are really not expecting much from him. Mostly expecting it to go back to the way it was, where Joe Mixon is just clearly the guy. P. Ryan will get you a few catches, maybe a couple carry. I don't know, but nothing really worth using. Deshaun Watson or Trevor Lawrence, DK Metcalf or Chris Godwin?
Going to go with Trevor Lawrence, and then
definitely Metcalf to me.
Yeah, I have Metcalf, I think 2 spots higher, but they're both like top 13 wide receivers.
It's Godwin for me by a couple of spots.
In half PPR?
Mm-hmm.
All right. Arizona, Seattle, or Tennessee? Seattle for me.
I think that's correct.
Yeah.
Yeah, let's go with Seahawks.
All right. I'm going to scroll down and get some fresh cues here. That stands for questions. Mike Williams or Najee Harris in half PPR?
I will go with Najee.
Half PPR. I think I would go with Najee. I don't know. It's a floor versus ceiling thing.
I
Najee
hate
doesn't have much
Harrison Freak.
ceiling.
I have no interest in him. I mean, he's just a running downs guy for the most part. The Ravens' run defense is incredible. I would go with Mike Williams here. But I like Barkley and ETN better than Najee. Running back stinks this week, I think.
Yeah, Najee's RB16 for me, so I have him ahead of Zonovan Knight and Jeff Wilson, but it's, that's another one where it's kind of there's a gap between the guys ahead of Najee and the guys behind him.
Yeah, I do think when you look at quarterback, running back, and wide receiver, to me, I feel like running back is the worst this week. I think you got some guys that are struggling, like Derrick Henry, that, of course, I'm starting him across the board, but nervous about it. ETN, Barkley, we already talked about. Najee's got a terrible matchup. Ravens backfield, you don't want any part of. Walker's out. Even McCaffrey, McCaffrey is a slam dunk, but there's like a few reasons where he might not have a great game, and it's just not looking like a good week for running backs to me.
And 6 teams on a bye, Adam, where, the teams that we're missing serviceable running backs, David Montgomery, Aaron Jones, Jonathan Taylor, the Washington guys. So there's a lot of guys missing too.
All right, UPS Power, the superhero that delivers all of your packages before Christmas. Barkley, Mixon, Jamal Williams, or St. Brown. We need 2 of these guys. Oh, finally, an easy one. Thank you.
It's Mixon and St. Brown for me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yep.
Easy one. Did you hear, Frank, my Azer stat on Amon-Ra St. Brown?
No, I didn't. Please do.
If you take away the 2 games where he was limited, played fewer than half the snaps, he is averaging, I want to say 21.8 PPR points per game. Ooh. Justin Jefferson is averaging 21.7 PPR points per game.
Damn.
So St. Brown has been a teeny bit better than Justin Jefferson if you remove the games he left with an injury or was limited. Homer, Dobbins, James Cook, non-PPR. By the way, thanks for listening to this show, Frank. I thought I could rely on you for that. But Homer, Dobbins, or James Cook in non-PPR.
Here's how I have them ranked, starting at 34 at running back. Dobbins, Cook, Homer. So there you go.
Who's most likely to score out of this group? It's probably Dobbins. So I guess I would go with him.
Dobbins, Cook, Homer. That sounds like a horror movie. Ayuk or Mostert, like he's cooking him. I don't know. No, not feeling.
It'd be a really bad horror movie. There's no horror movies that have a title like that.
Simpsons Halloween special.
Because it's like House on a Hill, or that would be a really bad title for a horror movie.
Yeah. Okay. I agree. I would not see it. Should I start Ayuk or Mostert?
I would go with Mostert.
Yeah, I guess that's the right call. I think with Brock Purdy at quarterback, we're probably going to see mostly just dump offs to McCaffrey, and Deebo Samuel is the closer A-dot. So I think Ayuk might get a little bit left out here in the start. So I'll go with Mostert.
By the way, Chris, my brother sent me a video a few minutes ago. It says, if Blink 182 wrote Semi-Charmed Life, and I am just dying to watch it. Like, I hate that I'm on the air right now because all I want to do is watch it, because he says it's very impressive. This has so much potential to be great. Such a make fun ofable band, Blink 182.
Do.
Yeah. Exactly. Saquon Barkley, Bam Knight, or Rashad White, or is it
Barry White? Yeah.
Anyway. Yeah, I'm gonna go. Who are you gonna go with here, guys?
I'm going with Saquon Barkley here.
Yep, same.
Okay, Jeff Wilson, Michael Carter, or Travis Homer, and Chiefs or Ravens.
Schefter just said that he expects the Seahawks to start Tony Jones Jr. for what it's worth.
Great.
I don't really. Yeah, I mean, I think you're hoping for 12 carries for 44 yards and a touchdown from Tony Jones.
I'd rather start Tony, even with this report. I mean,
Homer.
I'd rather start Homer.
Yeah, the problem is they don't throw to their running backs much at all. They've thrown to their running backs 45 times all season or something. So I don't know. In this instance, I'm going with Jeff Wilson over the other 2 guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, same. I'm going to go with Jeff Wilson. And then I think I have the Chiefs defense ranked higher than the Ravens, but that might be controversial.
No, it's both are very good starts.
Yeah, I have the Chiefs. So
okay, Let's go Latavius Murray, Damian Pierce, or J.K. Dobbins.
Damian Pierce.
Sitting Dobbins there.
Oh, sorry, pick 2. Yeah. Sit Dobbins. Okay. Jerry Jeudy, Devontae Smith, or Hollywood Brown. Pick 2. I'm going to say goodbye to Hollywood. I haven't been able to use that pun very much this year, but I'm going to say goodbye to Hollywood.
Frank, you know what that's from?
Say goodbye to Hollywood. That sounds like a chorus of
Hollywood.
System of a Down song.
Yeah, System of a Down covering an old Billy Joel classic.
Yeah.
No, but there is a System of a Down song that has a chorus like that. I'm not making it up.
Maybe.
But I'm sure you guys are right too.
I would sit Jerry Jeudy.
I feel like everyone from the Northeast is sort of required to like Billy Joel.
Billy Joel, yeah. I mean, like, I know some of the classics. I guess maybe I don't know Say Goodbye to Hollywood.
It's not that good. It's not. I don't really like Say Goodbye to Hollywood, but
yeah,
it's okay. It's all right.
I think I would sit Jeudy as well of that group.
Oh, really? I'm pretty into Jeudy this week. All right, so it's noon, and we welcome you to Fantasy Football today. We've got lineup advice for you for the next hour here. I mean, if you missed the first half hour, I don't know where you were, but that's okay. Vote in the poll. Let's check in on the poll. Which quarterback are you starting your franchise with? Shane Falco, Willie Beeman, Paul Crew, or Ronnie Sunshine Bass? And I'm trying to see the results here.
Apparently, Jets beat writer Rich Simony says Zonovan Knight expected to get most of the carries.
Yeah.
He's earned it.
There you go.
He sure has. Willie Beeman has a slight lead over Shane Falco, who it's 33% to 31%, with Paul Crew at 26% and Ronnie Sunshine Bass at 11%. And I get that. I mean, this is kind of a gimmicky offense with Sunshine, a lot of option, a lot of pitching. Yeah. But all right, good poll for Schaefer. He's on a little bit of a roll here. He's doing well there. Anyway, our big news: Saquon Barkley is going to play. Amari Cooper is going to play. We're not expecting we are expecting Dobbins. We're not expecting DJ Dallas or Ken Walker. Probably said their names in the opposite order that I should have. And we're expecting Leonard Fournette to play. And let's get to your question.
Really does speak to how much the Seahawks just lie that neither DJ Dallas nor Kenneth Walker was at all involved in practice this week. And they listed them both as questionable. And we're still like having to do this dance on Sunday morning. When it's like neither of them's going to play. No. There was never a chance either one of them was going to play.
No. And
DJ Dallas has a high ankle injury. And they're like, oh, he's day to day. We don't know. We got to take it minute by minute. There's a chance. And it's like, just stop lying to us, Pete Carroll, please.
Yeah, he's not very honest. Here's a classic. Luke Voigt or Greg Bird. Obviously going Greg Bird here. Amari Cooper or Hollywood Brown?
I would go with Hollywood.
I believe I have Hollywood Brown one spot higher, yes.
Yeah, so Cooper, he might be on a pitch count. He doesn't appear to be 100% healthy. Sorry, Heath is texting me about our lineup.
There's a lot playing against Amari Cooper, too. It's not just that he might be limited. It's a tough matchup against the Bengals. Deshaun Watson looked awful last week.
Mm-hmm.
Road game. There's just like, you can pile on all these reasons for why you should be pretty nervous about Amari Cooper. I have him as a high-end wide receiver 3. Most weeks he's been a top 20 guy. So, we're downgrading him for all of those reasons.
So we are downgrading him, and you can try to avoid him if possible. And would you go with DJ Moore or James Cook this week?
I would go in with Moore regardless of format, but I think full PPR only helps him. So
I think that's fine, yeah.
Okay, let's see. We got James Cook, Travis Homer, or Jerick McKinnon?
I have James Cook ranked the highest of that group.
I think I do as well. Actually, no, I have Jerick McKinnon ranked highest of that group. It's a tough matchup, but pretty good chance of scoring a touchdown, decent passing game role. No, I don't like any of them.
Donovan Peoples-Jones or Corey Davis? And are you guys upgrading Donovan Peoples-Jones with the Amari Cooper sitch?
Not really. I have Amari Cooper ranked ahead of Donovan Peoples-Jones, and I do have Donovan Peoples-Jones ahead of Corey Davis, though. He's like wide receiver 30 for me.
Yeah, I have DPJ ranked higher than Corey Davis as well. I haven't moved him up. I just kind of had him ranked higher than the rest all week long because Amari Cooper was banged up. And again, this home road thing, I'm just kind of buying it. DPJ has been much better on the road because Amari Cooper has struggled. But yeah, I would go with him over Corey Davis. I think Peoples-Jones is a pretty sneaky DFS play too.
Okay. I got him in a couple of lineups, kind of deeper leagues. Travis Homer or Zay Jones? Let's go. Zay Jones bounced back this week.
He is active. He's playing through that chest injury. I'm fine with Zay Jones there. Yeah.
Yep. I'll go with him as well.
Ayuk or Gabe Davis? Can we answer that?
I have Gabe Davis ranked higher, I'm pretty sure.
I remember this handsome man with his Giants hat.
One spot higher.
I'll go Gabe Davis as well.
Is that George R. R. Martin?
Yeah, I was going to say that kind of looks like him.
I think he's a Giants fan, right?
No, he's a Jets fan, though. That's a pretty big Jets fan.
Yeah, that's right.
Or maybe I've been lied to my whole life. I don't know.
He is. Yeah, he is. Yeah.
I would go with Brandin Ayuk. I'm pretty nervous about Gabe Davis. We know the inconsistencies. There's snow falling there. The Jets secondary, fantastic on the outside. So,
no, he appears to be a Giants fan.
What? No, he's a big Jets fan.
I'm looking at his Twitter account right now. There's a picture of him standing next to a picture of New York Giants legend George Martin with the hashtag twinning. So he's wearing a Giants jacket.
Okay. I'm not buying it.
I'm telling you. That's what it is.
It's a fake account.
I've seen a bunch of pictures on
blue check mark.
Him wearing Jets gear on Twitter. I mean, on Google. I don't know.
He's a front runner.
Maybe.
Well, now this year he's got two teams to root for. Okay. Evans, Foreman, or Jeff Wilson in PPR. Who are you going with?
I'm sticking with Evans.
Oh, man. So I have Foreman ranked pretty high at running back, but full PPR, not going to catch any passes. I think I would still go with Foreman, but the full PPR definitely makes it closer.
Yeah, sure does. Chubbard, McKinnon, or Tony Jones?
McKinnon for me.
Yep. Full PPR, I'll go with him.
We did that one. All right, let's get some freshies here. By the way, I gave Dan an ultimatum on yesterday's show that I wasn't allowing him back on the podcast until he watched Die Hard. I'm going to do the same with you, Frank. You're not, this is your last stream until you get some Golden Grams.
Dude, honestly, true story. I've gone to the supermarket maybe 2 or 3 times since we've had that conversation. They've never had Golden Grams. I always check to see if they have them. They don't
can't be. That's like not having bread. Golden Grams are a staple.
Sure.
I don't know if that's the...
That's one that that's fine. Yeah, just move on.
I mean, grams, bread, it's like having milk.
Yeah, the two food groups, Golden Grams and bread.
Yeah.
I remember in my anthropological history class in college, the turning point of human civilization was 5000 BC, the development of Golden Grams.
I'm looking at a list of the top 17 most popular cereals.
The Golden Grams is the little frog guy, right?
No, that's like Smacks or something.
Honey Smacks. Those are pretty good. I've had those. I haven't had Golden Grams though.
You've had Honey Smacks, but not Golden Grams?
Yeah.
What's Golden Grams mascot?
On the top 17 list? I think that can't be real.
I don't know.
Golden Grams don't have a mascot.
All right, Aids, let's do this.
They have to have a mascot.
You don't need a mascot.
They've got a little bear. Oh no, that's Golden Crisp. Some kind of little weird, like in the 80s, they had some kind of little weird, like teardrop honey thing.
How do you cram all that gram?
Oh, I don't like that.
Yeah, it's all right. That's Golden Grams. Yeah.
Find them on Amazon and send them my way, and I'll eat them.
You can't do that. I have to buy them for you.
I did that for you, Adam.
It's the season of giving. Come on, man. Jeez.
You bought me the worst thing I've ever eaten. By far, Chef Boyardee, disgusting.
At the beginning of the pandemic, Adam said he never had Chef Boyardee.
That's actually right when I started working here. That's pretty crazy.
All right, let's get back to the questions. Should I play Travis Homer or Leonard Fournette and Brady or Watson?
Homer and Brady, I believe. Fournette and Brady. Yeah.
All right, just added Golden Grams to my cart on Amazon.
Yes.
$4.78 for a family size. That sounds like a pretty good
That's
deal.
actually not bad.
Yeah. Should I play Travis Homer or Lenny? I would go with Lenny, and then at quarterback, I actually have Watson ranked ahead of Brady, but just don't really like either one. So
Look at that bear. I was looking at the like comedy photography awards. Look at this raccoon. What's up? It's so funny. All right. Anyway,
he kind of has a blowout at him. I like it.
I know. Everything about him is so funny. He's waving, he's smiling, and he's got a blowout. Jamal Williams, Damian Pierce. Okay. No caps. We hate caps. Caps are the worst. Jamal Williams, Damian Pierce, Travis Homer, Bam Knight.
I would go with Bam and Jamal Williams.
Yeah, that sounds like something I would do. Yeah. I would go with Knight and Pierce.
All right. Playing my husband and need a win. We need a running back, a tight end, and a flex. Damian Pierce, Rashad White, Kittle, Everett, Peoples-Jones.
All right. I'm going with Kittle at tight end and Rashad White.
I agree. And then I guess the flex, I would make Damian Pierce.
Oh, flex. Yeah. Damian Pierce. Yeah.
Honestly, the Rashad White, we've said him a lot today. We've recommended him. He could just be terrible. He's not going to run well. Yep. He's going to catch balls, but Yeah,
I think you're hoping for like 8 carries for 32 yards and 8 catches for 40 yards. Yeah, I really think that's
the thing is with the catches, they're not. They're probably not going to throw as much as they did last week. Both those guys had like a ton of catches. I don't know if he gets 5 catches in half PPR, it's probably going to be a bad game for him. So I'm thinking in half PPR, I'm thinking I'd gamble on Damian Pierce.
Well, we're starting both of them.
Yeah.
Oh, in this instance. But yeah, I think White and Pierce are right next to each other in my rankings. It's 16 versus 20. So not a huge difference.
Who is your third? Peoples-Jones?
No, Kittle.
Okay. I'd go Pierce, White, Peoples-Jones.
Well, you got to start tight end.
You got to start a tight end.
Oh, crud. Then no, I would go Pierce, Peoples-Jones, and
Kittle.
Everett.
Oh.
All right. Even with Michael Williams back.
Yeah. Yeah, I think so.
All right. I'm going Pierce, Kittle, and White.
Okay. Well, my list is completely different than yours. So, except for Pierce, let's see, Tony Jones or Michael Carter.
I would go with Michael Carter.
Yeah, I was going to say I'd still go with Carter, even though we're kind of getting conflicting reports on both those players.
Yeah, for me, it just comes down to Carter's more likely to catch a few passes.
It does appear that nobody eats Golden Grams anymore. Also, that is not how you spell Golden Grams. That would be an entirely different cereal. Not quite sure what that would be, but yeah, I get it. But you're all making a big mistake because it's delicious. Dak or Tua, Dobbins or Cook, PPR.
Oh, I would go with Tua, and I would go with James Cook.
Dak versus Tua. It's one Tua and James Cook.
Still Willie Beeman with a very slight lead in this poll, 33% to 32% over Shane Falco. 26% for Paul Crew. He's a dark horse, but he could still pull through. You know what I would do is I would hit the like button, everybody. 175 likes. We got over 1,000 people watching. Please hit that like button. When we get to when we get to 300 likes, we're going to give away a Paramount Plus free month. So when we get to 300 likes. 300 likes for a free month of Paramount Plus. So hit that like button. In fact, I'm not reading another question until we get to 215 likes. So bring it on. All right.
By the way, what do you, Adam? I don't know if you noticed in the magazine league, which I believe you're in, right?
Yeah. That's one of the leagues where I have a shot to get in.
RJ, I think I have to win to get in that one as well. RJ called out someone for doing the making an ad without making your lineup legal before Sunday thing. How do you guys feel about that? I feel like your lineup should always have to be legal. Like I hate the I'm going to add this guy. He's on.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I agree. Like your lineup should always have to be legal. I hate that, you can't really enforce it. You have to have someone watching. But, I'm going to add too many guys and I'm not going to have any points until Sunday morning. You shouldn't be allowed to do that. That should be illegal.
Yeah. I completely agree with you. Yep.
Yeah. There, you should probably have a full lineup by the Thursday night.
Yeah.
You wouldn't be able to do that technically. So.
Well, our site allows that to happen. You'll have an illegal lineup on Thursday, but as long as you change it by the end of the week, you'll be okay. But I didn't see that he called someone out on that. But that's on the message board.
Yep.
Oh, he's a very non-confrontational guy.
Yep.
And under RJ's skin, you're doing. Who did it, by the way? Who did it?
I believe it was Jack C.
Jack. That is such a Jack thing.
There's always one in every league. I got my longest running league where I'm commissioner, and it's just the worst group of people to like. I love them. We've been in the league for 12 years together or something, but it's just like there's one guy. He works with us, Igor Mello, soccer editor extraordinaire for CBS Sports. He's that guy who's always like, I'm going to test it. I'm going to see what I can get away with this new rule. And it's always just like, don't, man. Why? Like, I don't want to deal with this. I'm not getting paid.
So yeah, sorry. Okay, just making sure we're all good here, and we're just in terms of my lineup, which is what I'm focused on right now. Let's get back to your lineups. I knew what I was going to do. I was going to check the likes. All right, we're at 275. We're going to answer some questions. 300 likes, we get to give away a free month of Paramount Plus. Thank you, everybody, for hitting the like button. I do appreciate it. Ayuk, Damian Pierce, Rashad White. We need two of them.
All right, running back and a flex. I would go with Rashad White, and then I would just go with the running backs.
Yeah, I'm fine with that.
League 2, I would go with Rashad White over Ayuk.
Yes.
Travis Homer or Leonard? Oh, we did this one, right?
Yep. Yeah, we went with Lenny, and I went with Brady. Frank went with Watson.
Oh, Frank went with Watson. Barf.
I mean, look, I have them one spot apart. So.
Oh, barf.
I don't really like Brady.
It's like 15 versus 16 for me. I don't like either one of them.
Yeah. It's like 16 versus 18 or something. So
Garrett Wilson or Hollywood Brown?
Garrett Wilson is a top 12 wide receiver for me this week, so I will go with him.
Not quite that high for me, but ahead of Marquise Brown, yeah.
All right, we need to start 2 here. Barkley, Gus Edwards, Mike Boone, James Cook. Okay, first and last there.
Yeah.
Barkley and Cook. We need a running back, a wide receiver, and a flex from that group, guys.
Okay.
So just sit one. And I'd probably sit Pacheco.
Full PPR. I hate this because
really helps Isaiah Pacheco.
Not going to catch passes, but
at 1 point he's going to get.
I'd start him over Pierce, though.
He's seen
format doesn't really matter when it comes to those two guys.
Pretty consistent workload for Pacheco. Good matchup. I would go with Pacheco. I would go with
bad matchup.
It's not that bad of a match. I mean, the Broncos' run defense isn't very good.
Yeah,
it's their weakness, but they are. I mean, they do have a good overall defense.
They have gotten better actually against running backs as the season has gone on, but still allowing 4.6 yards per carry. It's pretty good. I would sit.
I'd sit Pierce.
I'd sit Pierce in that group in full PPR. Yeah.
I'd sit Pacheco. This one I don't get. Can someone, Adam, can you sing this and make it work? Because I'm trying to do it in my head.
If to a tongue of Aloha.
Okay, so I guess that's yeah.
You have to start with the if.
Okay,
If to a tongue, yeah.
Okay, I didn't get.
I'll unhear that though. I'll unhear that. There was another question there of Kirk Cousins or Kyler Murray.
Kyler.
I have Kirk at QB8. I have Kyler at 10. So I'll go with Kirk. Break the tie, Adam.
Kyler Murray.
Interessante.
Josh Palmer, Mike Evans, Travis Homer. Standard scoring.
I'm going Evans.
Correct.
Mike White or Tyler Huntley.
Don't love either, but I will go with Huntley.
I think I have Huntley, one spot higher.
Brandin Ayuk or Rashad White?
Rashad White.
Yep.
All right. Steelers against the Ravens or the Eagles against the Giants?
Fly, Eagles, fly. Top 2 defense this week.
Yeah, that's fine.
Isn't it nice when you're eliminated from a league and you don't have to stress out over the lineup?
Yeah, I mean, I still set the lineup.
Of course, I'm setting the lineup, but I'm
yeah.
going Kareem Hunt or James Cook, and then I'm
who cares?
I don't
Yeah,
care.
it doesn't really matter.
It's not my.
Like I made sure all my lineups are legal this week, but yeah, the like 3 leagues where I'm out of it. Like my the Superflex league, I think I started. Oh my God, Noah Brown instead of John Wolford, which like probably will work out, but it was like I didn't really worry about it that much.
Noah Brown. Wow.
That's a guy, right? The Cowboys wide receiver. Did I get that name right? All right.
That's definitely going to be better than John Wolford. Well, I don't think John Wolford threw a pass.
No, he played 3. Did we get an explanation for why they did that?
I didn't see anything. You got to earn it, Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, like started, handed off to Cam Akers twice, and then did like a reverse to Tutu Atwell, and that was it. That was John Wolford's day.
Yeah, it was a good day. Foreman, Pacheco, Knight, Najee Evans, Judy DJ, running back, wide receiver, and a flex.
He got the win.
He got the win.
All right, so I have Mike Evans ranked highest out of the wide receivers. I have Harris ranked highest out of the running backs, and then I would go with Knight.
I would go with DJ Moore as the wide receiver. I would go Foreman as the running back, and full PPR. I would go Mike Evans as the flex. So Foreman, Moore, and Evans.
Pierce, Singletary, Dortch, McKinnon, and then pick a tight end. So we need a running back and 2 flexes. So who are you sitting from that group of 4? I'm going to sit McKinnon. McKinnon is so overrated to me. Like he barely ever he has 2 games all year with more than 3 catches.
Is he overrated though? Like,
yeah,
does anyone rank him highly? I think he's like he's a low end flex. He is what he is, kind of.
Yeah, I think McKinnon's the lowest ranked of that group for me. I had Dortch ranked ahead of him.
I'm fine benching him, and then I would go with Hunter Henry.
Yeah,
I would go with Hunter Henry over Okonkwo.
DJ Shart, Zay Jones, or Jerry Jeudy. Hey, he wrote it, not me.
I'm sorry. I'm 34 years old.
The moment where that phrase made its way to the mainstream, the first time I saw that movie, Along Came Polly, was so funny. Oh my God, so funny.
I think I would go with Jeudy ahead of these.
Definitely go with you. You guys seem a little hesitant on Jeudy. The Broncos have been great all year.
Yeah, I mean, look, anytime you get Russell Wilson's number 1 wide receiver, I mean, you gotta, especially when he's rolling like this.
Well, the last 3 weeks where Sutton played without Jeudy, he was right around 13 PPR fantasy points without scoring. So I think you can get that from Jeudy.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, look, he only played like 35% of snaps last week and had 4 catches for 60-something yards. Like he was pretty good in a limited role last week. So yeah, I think Judy's fine. He's wide receiver 28 for me.
Yeah, I have him just inside my top 24. I would go with him of this group. Just kind of worried about how much he's going to be on the field. Again, 38% snaps, 10 routes on 26 dropbacks last week. I think that has to go up, but just slightly worried about it.
I'm starting Hawkinson over Schultz, guys. What do you think about that? I need your approval.
The old revenge game for the Hawk, huh?
Yeah. Definitely worried about the pass volume in that Dallas game.
I have Hawkinson 1 spot higher. So
yes.
Good job,
Schultz.
Oh, yeah. All right.
Yeah, Hawkinson is my number 3 tight end.
Same.
Boom.
The gap between number 1 and number 2 at tight end right now is so wide, though. Like for my projections, it's like a 7-point gap.
My goodness.
Kelsey's just so far ahead of the pack these days.
I think you can make the argument that Travis Kelce is the most valuable player in fantasy.
Oh, yeah. I saw, I think it was one of the best ball sites did like a highest winning percentage players so far. And Travis Kelce was like number 2. I think it was like Tony Pollard and Travis Kelce or something.
I was surprised on a show that we did a couple of Wednesdays ago that I did a poll, who should be the number, or should Travis Kelce be the number 1 pick, something like that. And it didn't get a lot of support. I
don't think like this is a difference between baseball and football where like positional scarcity really gets into people's heads in baseball and it doesn't really in football, which makes sense. There's fewer positions, the gaps are, but like Travis Kelce's averaging almost 7 points per game more than Mark. Like he's almost 50% better than Mark Andrews right now on the season.
Yeah.
That
is, even if he weren't, even if Andrews were having a great year,
Yeah.
Even if there were 2 great tight ends. The thing about Kelce is right now he's a top 5 running back and wide receiver.
Yeah.
So he would absolutely be my number 1 pick next year.
Yeah.
I don't care about his age. He's not slowing down.
The gap between them is like 96 points. The gap between the number 1 running back and 96 points is like number 1 versus 11.
Well, I don't even think we could agree
massive.
on who the number 1 running back is.
It would probably be Christian McCaffrey or Austin Eckler for me if we were drafting rest of season. But for like,
Next year?
For next year, I don't know. Yeah, I honestly have no idea. Josh Jacobs, wherever he lands, is going to be a big part of it. But yeah,
he's not. I mean, there's no way he's going to be the number 1 running back in people's minds, and it's not going to be.
I think Justin Jefferson's probably the number 1 pick right now.
Yeah, I think so. But
but he hasn't been the best wide receiver.
Travis
He's
Kelce,
like wide receiver 4 in points per game.
right.
Kelce 20.6 PPR points per game is 7th best among all players.
Yeah,
And he's a tight end. Yeah, that's crazy.
All non-quarterbacks.
man, Stephon Diggs. Look at that season.
Diggs is pretty good. Like, I don't think Jefferson doesn't really stand above the crowd. Like, as you said,
he's wide receiver 4 in points per game.
4, yeah. And he's wide receiver 5 if you A's or stat him on with St. Brown. Just say it. Dulcich or Henry?
Cowboys starting safety Jaron Curse was just helped off field with a leg injury in pregame warmups.
Jeez.
He probably will not need him today, but that's not good. Dulcich or Henry?
I would go with Dulcich there. I mean, the usage for Dulcich has been like elite the past couple of weeks. It just hasn't turned into production.
Dulcich de Lechic. Let's go.
Victoria wants us to pick 2. Fournette, Hollywood, Latavius, Zay Jones.
Fournette and Hollywood.
I would go with Latavius and Hollywood.
Backup for Superflex in the playoffs. Darnold, Ritter, or...
What was that?
Let's think about
Hollywood. Okay.
Darnold, Ritter, or Hill? Who's Hill?
I guess this is a rest of season QB question.
Yeah.
So it's probably Taysom Hill.
Why?
It's weird.
Because he's active.
Is he quarterback eligible?
Maybe. I'm going to go with Desmond Ritter.
Yeah, same.
Why not?
Yeah, sure.
Desmond Ritter could be anything. He could even be Sam Darnold.
Could be Sam Darnold. Jeff Wilson or Damian Pierce or Travis Homer?
Jeff Wilson and Pierce.
I would sit Homer, yeah.
Pirine or Dortch or Homer?
I'm going with Dortch.
Yeah, in full PPR. I like that.
Okay. Oh, if Blink 182 Wonderwall is pretty good. Ooh, man, I got to get out on these if Blink 182 wrote videos. These are great. Najee Harris or Travis Etienne in PPR? I'll go Etienne.
Yeah, I would go Etienne, even with a tough matchup.
Yeah, both.
I'm just trying to think of it in my head now. After all,
maybe
you're my wonder wall.
I just think they have one guy.
Etienne.
One guy is such a better singer than the other guy.
I've always been a Mark guy over a Tom guy for sure.
Who's
like
Mark's
the one with the more normal voice?
Oh yeah, he's the one who sings "Damn It."
Yes.
Right? Like, let Mark sing. Let Mark cook.
But Tom is, it's a very important part of the sound.
Where are you?
I Miss You wouldn't work if it was sung by a person with a good voice.
Work. I miss you.
It's a great song. Come on.
It doesn't work. And All the Small Things is a parody song. It was a funny video. And it became a radio hit. It's a bad song.
It's a great song. Come on. It's a great song.
Like All the Small Things.
Oh, it's a great song. It's a great pop song in the vein of like a Ronettes type of thing. It's great. It's just like pure sugar gun pop. It's great.
But I think it's a sarcastic song. I don't even think it was meant to be a good song.
No, it's sincere. It's sincerely goofy. The video is. The song is.
Yeah. The point of the video, the point of the song, I think, was to make the video.
Where are you?
Where are you? So bad. Oh God. Okay. Yeah. We're getting back on track. What was that? I missed that. Whoever clicked.
Adams takes are notoriously bad.
No, that's false. False. Connor or Diontae, Dak or Geno?
Oh, sorry.
I would go with Connor and Geno.
Connor and Geno. No, Connor and Dak.
Oh, Connor and Geno. Come on, get on board with Geno. He's going to throw like
Geno.
38 times. Sanders, Foreman, or CeeDee Lamb? Pick two.
I would go with Sanders and CeeDee.
Correct.
All right, we need to sit one here. Rachaad White, Gabe Davis, or Mike Williams, and then we'll do the DST question next.
Sitting Gabe Davis.
Correct.
And then next week, Saints or Commanders, 100%. In fact, everybody, look at your waiver wire right now, and if the Commanders DST is available, add them because you don't want someone using them against you next week.
I kind of like the Saints versus Atlanta though. It's like I'm interested to see what Desmond Ridder looks like, but it could be a complete disaster.
It's probably like 6'3".
Yeah.
Actually, I have no idea how tall he is. Williams or Dobbins? He's already starting Swift PPR.
Williams, yeah.
I would still go Williams.
All right, here comes a fun one that I don't have an answer for at the moment, but I will. Ready? Looking for a bet to make. What do you got? All right. Looking for a bet. I've won 2 in a row after a 9-bet losing streak. So I think I found my bet, but you guys got one? Anyone that you like here?
I have a bunch of bets. Let me see. Let me go to my open tab.
I like Eagles -7.
Me too. I think the weather in that game is scaring me a little bit, but I do like Eagles -7.
Also, Chiefs -8.5. Like the Broncos are such a disaster.
I think I'm going to go with. I think I'm going to go with the Bengals -4. I'm going to bet it right now. Let's go.
And I would go over 37.5 for Buccaneers 49ers. That's just too low.
37.5.
That is really low.
I think that's the lowest or second lowest on the schedule. Ravens Steelers is lower.
I tailed a bunch of picks from Early Edge on their prop show. Jeff Wilson over 42.5 rushing yards. DJ Moore over 51.5 receiving. Dameon Pierce under 15.5 longest rush. I have the Jets +10. No surprise there. Jared Goff over 23.5 passing completions and Miles Sanders over 61.5 rushing yards. So a whole bunch of stuff there.
Okay. You should do a big parlay with those.
Just burn my money at him.
Well, you make them separate, and then you make one small one with the parlay.
I know. Little $5, throw it in there.
Right. All right. I kind of like the Titans -3 too. I think they're a lot better than the Jaguars.
That's not bad.
Okay. All right. Whatever. We'll see. My bet is the Bengals -4. Oh. Oh boy.
That's fair.
Well, I guess I should say, I'm so sorry to you. Higgins.
Legs from all the spiders.
Higgins or Devontae Smith?
I'm still going with Higgins. I'm a little concerned about the midweek injury, but he was off the practice report by Friday, so I'm not worried about it.
Yeah, I have Higgins.
I said I'm worried about it.
I have Higgins a little bit lower than usual, but I do have him ranked higher than Devontae Smith.
All right. Barkley over Rachaad White.
Correct.
And yeah, we can react to this. Schefter expecting Tony Jones to start over Travis Homer.
That's fine. I think they're both going to be mixed in quite a bit. You know, Homer probably catches a few more passes than just being like the running downs back. So maybe Tony Jones gets like 10 carries, 2 targets, and Homer gets like 8 carries, 4 targets, something like that. But I expect Homer to be the better player. So he's a flex running back at best.
Yep.
Okie dokie. Let's see. We got a lot of quarterback questions today. Here's one. Ooh, Mike White, Tom Brady, or Tyler Huntley?
I might have them ranked back to back to back. I have Brady ranked highest. I don't love it. But yeah, they're all 15 to 18.
Yeah. I have Huntley ranked the highest. This is my 15 through 18 is Watson, Huntley, Brady, Mike White. So
Yeah, Adam's song is a good song. See, Blink-182 is good when they let Mark sing. Adam's song is a great song. You know, it would be so bad if the other guys sing. What, Tom? Is that his name?
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be a terrible song. Dak or Geno? Oh, just Cowboys safety Jaron Kearse has returned to the field. Dak or Geno and Schultz or Everett? Oh, we did that, right? Sorry. Geno?
I would go with Dak, and I would go with Schultz.
Yeah. Two Genos and a Dak, and then 3 Schultzes.
yeah, yes.
Connor or Foreman? Is this the one we did? I know we did a Dak or Geno. Yeah, this is the one we did. Right?
Yeah, it was Connor and Geno for me.
Okay. Ooh, this one's really personal. Adam needs to stop talking. He has the worst takes in movies, TV, music, and fantasy. Like everything was fine until the last part. But you gave me an LOL. So,
Stop talking. Your takes are awful.
Mostert or Barkley?
Barkley.
Correct.
Jamal Williams, J.K. Dobbins, or George Pickens? Man, I got a feeling. That was George Pickens was my I got a feeling guy last week. 2 targets, worst game ever. Sorry about that. I'm retiring the I have a feeling segment.
Yeah, that's probably fair.
I would still go with Jamal, even in full PPR.
Jamal Williams, yes.
Garrett Wilson.
Mazel tov. That's the thing they say.
Yeah. I was like, what? Garrett Wilson or Keenan Allen, Jamal Williams or Rachaad White?
I'm going Keenan Allen and Rachaad White.
I would
prefer Garrett Wilson and Keenan Allen.
Yeah, that would be great.
Right.
I'd go Garrett Wilson and Rachaad White.
Let's go week 14. Sit 1 in standard scoring. Cook, Homer, or Palmer?
I think I would sit Homer.
I would sit Palmer.
Oh, interesting. Chubb, Stevenson, Mixon, Chase, St. Brown, Hopkins. We need to. Who are we sitting here? Yikes. Oh my gosh, you're not going to believe my answer.
Nick Chubb.
Yeah, I'm sitting Nick Chubb, absolutely.
Greatest
Those are like,
back.
hey.
Yes. Njoku or Everett?
Njoku.
I think I have Njoku just ahead.
Njoku's on you.
Yes.
I got him 1 spot ahead.
Damian Pierce, Jeff Wilson, James Cook, Gabe Davis, Josh Palmer, Donovan Peoples-Jones. We just need one of these guys. All right.
That's tough. It's going to be Jeff Wilson for me.
It's between those first 2 running backs, and I have Jeff Wilson 2 spots ahead of Damian Pierce, so I would go with him as well.
Shannon, you have the best bench in fantasy football. Congratulations.
Pretty good.
Dak Prescott or Jared Goff?
Dak.
I like Goff quite a bit this week, but not enough to use him over Dak Prescott, so I'd use Dak.
I like the little hair metal. Nah.
Chris, you strike me as the guy who loves the I Believe in a Love song.
Oh, that's one of my go-to karaoke songs.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh,
if you
really?
can pull it off.
Oh, yeah.
All the false.
Although I did last time I went to karaoke, the bartender at the bar that I was at did it and freaking killed it. It made me really scared to ever do it again because I can kind of do it. This guy crushed it.
If you are a bartender at a karaoke bar and you do that song, you better kill it.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I gave him a huge tip. Yeah.
Oh, then it worked.
Yeah. Oh, it was a smart move.
Have you ever seen the Modern Family episode where Phil's going to go do karaoke and then his neighbor, his pharmacist or something does Foreigner, I Want to Know What Love Is, and he absolutely crushes it. And then Phil's about to go on and he's like, would the owner of a white Honda please move your car? Something like that. Great.
Yeah, no, that's I'm a decent karaoke person, but everyone, whenever you see someone who's really good, it's like, oh crap.
Yeah.
I have to go after that. This one dude killed it on Careless Whisper one time I went. It's
really?
I gotta follow that up. That's a hard song.
Sexy Sax Man.
Yeah.
That is a tough one. All right, Bam Knight or Jamal Williams, PPR?
Bam.
Bam, bam.
Bam, bam.
I miss you. Miss you. Please pick 2. ETN, Foreman, or Barkley? Oh,
Really?
half point per carry.
I thought you were gonna sing their names.
Yeah.
The half point for carry.
Etienne, Foreman, or Barkley. Half point per rush attempt tonight. Going Barkley and Foreman. I think gonna sit.
I think I'm sitting Foreman.
Yeah, I would still sit Foreman.
Okay. Dalvin Cook, Jamal Williams, Ramondre Stevenson, James Conner. We're sitting one in non-PPR. Jamal.
Yeah, you're sitting Williams, but
oh geez.
Yeah.
Yikes.
All right, we got Godwin, Garrett Wilson, Mike Williams, Josh Palmer, DJ Sharp. We don't have to keep that going. Start 2 at a flex at half PPR.
Garrett Wilson, Godwin, and Mike Williams.
Yep.
And then start 2 running backs.
Fournette and McKinnon.
Yeah.
I would go Fournette and McKinnon as well. Yep.
I wonder what Robert is referring to here. What were we talking about? Oh, the Modern Family episode?
Yeah, probably.
What a great episode. You know what I watched this morning? I watched a Saved by the Bell Christmas episode where the homeless guy collapses in the store and it ends up being the father of the girl that Zach is into. I think Zach is into her. He's into everyone.
I don't know that
there are very few like specific Saved by the Bell episodes I can remember. I remember like vibes, but not actual plot points.
It's been a while since I've watched Saved by the Bell.
It's a great Sunday morning. Like we've graduated. We used to watch cartoons. Now I watch Saved by the Bell sometimes on Sunday morning. I could watch the news. Jamal Williams. We have to sit one of these guys. Williams, Adam Thielen, Travis Homer, James Cook. We're pretty low on Travis Homer.
Yeah.
So you're gonna sit him here. We haven't many times.
No, I would start him over Adam Thielen.
Thielen's been pretty bad, but man,
you're starting Travis Homer over Adam Thielen.
That environment in that game is just so fantastic.
I mean, Thielen has been bad. He's not even a top 40 wide receiver. But I thought you were joking.
No, I would sit Homer. I would use Thielen personally.
I would sit Thielen.
Okay. Geno Smith or Kyler Murray?
It's gonna be Kyler for me. I'm gonna guess everyone else says Geno.
Well, 4 points a little bit more interesting, but yeah, I go Geno. I want Geno to get some MVP votes. By the way, deserves it. Latavius Murray, Tony Jones, Tony the Tiger. That's good. And Watkins.
I don't know which Watkins.
Quez.
Quez Watkins. Okay. I would go with Latavius Murray.
Latavius.
Correct.
Freiermuth or Najee? That's Freiermuth.
Correct.
Yeah.
Pick 3 in standard. Swift, Williams, Pierce, Homer. I forgot to give away the Paramount Plus thing. I'm sorry, folks. Let's do that after this question.
Okay, so you're starting Swift, you're starting Pierce, and you're starting Williams.
Yep, both Lions and Pierce.
By the way, I'm not sitting Debo or T. Higgins for Mike Williams or Gabe Davis, right?
Well, definitely not Higgins. I mean, I think you could get away from Debo if you wanted, but
that one's much closer. Debo
versus Mike Williams is tough.
Really,
I think I would go with Mike Williams or Evans.
Mike Williams.
Oh, I think I go Debo.
Same. Yep.
That's what I'm sticking with.
Why is it that we're not in on Mike Evans? Like in?
I am.
Question.
I mean, he's like wide receiver 19 for me, so I don't know, like but I'm not like, I don't know. It's been bad, but this is the kind of player that just like sometimes stretches like this happen, and like we've talked about it all season. Like after every Buccaneers game, it's like if Tom Brady had hit Mike Evans on that one deep ball, and it's been like 9 weeks in a row where they haven't. Yeah, and so it looks really bad, but like, I don't know. Sometimes you throw 5 coins in a row and it comes up heads every time, but eventually you're going to get a tails. And that's really what it comes down to, is like, even if you think it's a 40% chance instead of a 50% chance, they're like 0 for 15 right now. So at some point, the big play is going to be there.
Mike Evans has gone a career-long 8 games now without a touchdown.
Yeah, like it just, even if you think Tom Brady's not as good in the offensive line and all these issues that are real there, it's the usage is still very valuable, and it's going to turn into production at some point.
Okay, guys, I have a 3-leg parlay that I'd like to share with everyone. We're going Bengals -4, Titans -3, Cardinals +1.5. $10 wager to win $65.
Good luck.
Christmas. Thank you. All right. Swift, Cook, Sanders, Wilson.
I am sitting.
Yikes.
I'm assuming that's Dalvin Cook since all these players are really good. If
Yeah.
it's James Cook, that's pretty easily him.
I think I'm going to sit Wilson.
I'm sitting Jeff Wilson, yeah.
If it's Dalvin, I am going to sit Miles Sanders.
Over Cook. Oh, you're going to start Wilson over Sanders. Sorry, Wilson.
Yep.
All right. Rank these guys in full PPR. Cooper, Sanders, Rachaad White, Zay Jones, Josh Palmer.
In full PPR, I would go. I know Sanders doesn't catch passes, but it's a really good matchup. I would go with him and then Rachaad White, Amari Cooper, Zay Jones, and Josh Palmer.
Yeah, I would go. Oh gosh, Sanders, White, Cooper, Jones, Palmer.
Okay, very similar. Yeah, it's very similar there, right? Like one little difference.
I think we actually had the same exact order.
Oh, sorry. Yeah, see, I told you, very similar.
I wasn't paying attention to Frank either.
Oh, yeah. Happens all the time.
Oh no, I wasn't paying attention to Chris.
Oh, okay.
Cooper, Juju. All right, we need two wide receivers, a running back, and a flex, guys.
2 wide receivers and a running back and a flex. So sit one. Sitting Gallup. And one of the running backs, I think, is how it has to work.
I would use Cooper and Juju, and then the running back would be Jamal. The flex would be
Sitting
Singletary.
Gallup and Mostert.
Singletary versus Mostert is really close. Let me see what I've got. I have Singletary one spot higher, so I would use him. I would sit Mostert and Gallup. Yep.
All right, comment your Twitter handle. We'll give away a free month of Paramount Plus. You're not going to regret it. Paramount Plus is fantastic. So comment your Twitter handle right now, and thank you for hitting that like button. And you don't have to stop. We got over 1,100 people here. We have less than 400 likes, fewer than 400 likes. So please hit that button. Let's get up to 500 at least. Maybe we'll give another one away if we're feeling generous here in the holiday spirit. All right, next up, Knox or Chigokonkwo at tight end? I'll go Chig.
I have Knox ranked higher, but I can't tell you that he's a good start. So if you want to start Okonkwo, if you have a feeling, that's fine.
Yeah, same. I have Knox ranked higher than Okonkwo by 2 spots. It's literally just offense for me. Just the Bills have a much better offense than the Titans, but yeah, Chig probably has more upside. So if you want to go with him, I have no issue with it.
Okonkwo. If we're too lazy to say his full first name, at least get his last name right. Come on. No, okay. Chris Moore, DJ Chark, or Devontae Parker. Parker's more interesting now, certainly without Jacoby Myers. Boy, who do you guys go with here?
I like DJ Chark.
Yeah, I would go with Chark.
Who gets more targets, Corey Davis or Greg Dortch?
Oh, I would think Dortch, but
I see them being similarly 6 targets.
I would think 6 to 8.
Catches more passes, though. I think higher catch rate.
Yes.
Yeah.
And
I would rather use Dortch just from a fantasy perspective.
Yeah. Rachaad White or Jeff Wilson, full PPR.
Rachaad White.
Correct.
Amari Cooper with a snap count or Corey Davis, and Pacheco or a Bucs running back.
I'm going Amari Cooper, and I'm going both running backs for the Buccaneers over Pacheco.
If you had to pick one, it would be Rachaad White, right? Or no?
I think based on everything, Chris has White ranked higher. I would go Cooper and Pacheco personally.
Oh, okay. Najee Harris, Jamal Williams, Rachaad White, Damian Pierce. We need 2 running backs.
Najee.
Yeah, I have Najee ranked highest, and then Rachaad White, And then I would go with Dameon Pierce over the wide receivers.
I have Jamal and Rachaad White ranked the highest. Najee just behind them, so super close. And then one flex.
I kind of want to get Zay Jones in there.
I would just go with the first three running backs personally. Najee, Jamal Williams, and Rachaad White.
Okay. Mike Evans, Mike Williams, Rachaad White, Samaje Perine. Only one here.
I believe it would be Rachaad White for me.
Same.
Oh, man. I'm just not really into Rachaad White right now. Like, it depends. If Fournette, I don't know how healthy Fournette is, but I think Fournette's the better guy to have in that back.
Actually, I have Mike Evans ranked higher.
All right, good. That's what I was going to say, too.
Yeah.
Die Hard is the best movie. Die Hard's terrific. Tyler Huntley or Deshaun Watson, Superflex?
I
have Watson ranked higher.
I think that is the... Yep, I have the same.
It's one spot.
Same, one spot. Yep.
Bam Knight or Jamal Williams? No caps, please.
I'll go Bam in PPR.
Bam for you, Chris?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Deep League, Tony Jones, Pirine, or Hubbard?
In full PPR, I think I would go with Hubbard.
I would go with Jones.
God, Office Depot. We get a lot of questions. He looks so much like this kid I went to high school and college with. It's like really creepy to me.
Maybe it is.
Maybe it is him. Did you go to college with Office Depot?
Yeah. If it were him, he wouldn't be watching the show right now. We're not friends. Swift, Cook, Sanders, Wilson. Who are we sitting here? Oh, we did this one. Sorry. I think Frank said Sanders and Chris and I said Wilson. All right. Let's get some new questions here. Hunter Henry or Bellinger?
Hunter Henry.
Correct.
Mike Williams, Gabe Davis, or George Pickens, PPR?
Mike Williams.
Yeah, I'm starting Mike Williams there.
Burrow or Geno?
Burrow is a top 4 quarterback this week.
Yeah, I think Burrow's one of like the 4 quarterbacks who there's no question you're starting him every week.
Homer, Pirine, or Bam?
Bam.
Homer, Pirine, or Robert Woods?
Homer.
Higgins, Hopkins, Rachaad White, pick 2. First 2.
Correct.
Yep.
Blink 182 is horrible.
No, they're great.
No.
They're great.
Debo or Thielen?
Debo.
That one. Sit 1. McCaffrey, Ramondre, Pollard, or Sanders?
Oh, yikes.
Sorry, Colonel Sanders.
We're sitting Miles Sanders there.
Yep.
Oh, Travis Homer or Jamal Williams?
Jamal.
Yes.
Where do you guys have Travis Homer? Maybe that will help people here.
I have him at RB 30.
36 for me.
He is just behind Devin Singletary, Raheem Mostert, and James Cook. Just ahead of Michael Carter and J.K. Dobbins.
He is just behind J.K. Dobbins and James Cook, Kareem Hunt. Same range as Tony Jones. Mike Boone is in that range.
Oh, my gosh. Schaefer. Do a 5-minute runoff for Falco and Beeman. All right, they're tied right now. Do a new poll with just those two, and let's see who wins. Amazing YouTube poll. You should be very proud. This is on your resume. I need 2. James Cook, Chubbard, and Dobbins.
Cook.
Sitting Hubbard.
Yep, Cook and Dobbins.
Yeah, Chubbard.
So Jamal Williams is 2 touchdowns away from Barry Sanders' single-season record for the Lions.
The Lions? Oh, my gosh.
He leads the NFL with 14 rushing touchdowns.
It's incredible.
But if he doesn't score and Swift has the same role, I mean, you could be looking at 4 points.
Yep.
Oh, yeah.
It's very scary. Fournette, Jalen Warren, J.K. Dobbins, pick 2 in PPR. We just did that or no? No, we didn't. We didn't do it.
No, we didn't.
Fournette and Dobbins.
Yeah, I would sit Warren.
AJ Brown or Derek? Oh, trade deadline. Oh, in Dynasty. Ooh, I am
You'd
not
rather have
trading AJ
You'd
Brown.
rather have Brown. I think either for this season or the future, for sure for the future, you'd rather have Brown. Even the rest of the season, I think it's pretty close.
Yeah, I dynasty for sure. You go with the wide receiver.
I'd rather have Henry for the rest of the season. Like if you're just like dying to win a championship, because as long as he's not awful, his matchups are just so damn good. But yeah, no, I couldn't do that in Dynasty. Did that one. Watson or Lawrence, and Metcalf or Godwin?
Lawrence for sure. And then I have Godwin ranked higher than Metcalf, but I think, Frank, you said you have Metcalf higher, right?
Yep. I would go with Metcalf and Lawrence.
I would go with Metcalf and Lawrence too. All right. MVS.
Yeah.
Sitting MVS in a league this week, Frank.
Oh, I'm so disappointed.
Yeah, sorry.
I'm actually starting him in one.
Hey, MVS. All right, who's the flex play here? Knight, Rachaad White, or Travis Homer?
Bam.
I have White one spot ahead of Knight. White ahead of Knight.
Your White Knight. Championship belt or a trophy for league champion?
I go with the trophy.
Yeah, I think so.
I'm a wrestling guy. I'm good with the belt. Let's go with the belt.
Yeah, go to Trophy Smack. They're awesome, and they have chains too. They have the big championship chains. Those are pretty funny. Jamal Williams, Damian Pierce, or DJ Moore, standard PPR. Okay.
Standard PPR. Okay. Well, I mean, PPR is standard. Damian Pierce.
Okay. If it's standard, I would go Jamal Williams. If it's PPR, I would go DJ Moore.
Bam Knight or Raheem Mostert?
Bam.
All right, we got 52 votes in right now. Shane Falco, 58% of the vote. Willie Beeman, 42% of the vote. Interesting runoff here. We got to count the early votes too, though. So don't, Fournette, Michael Carter, Bam Knight, P. Ryan. We need just one of these guys.
If it's just one, then it's Bam Knight. If it's two, then it's Bam Knight and Leonard Fournette.
Correct.
Okay. Donovan
three,
Jones or Zay Jones?
Zay Jones.
Zay.
I like that we have multiple Z first names that we are relying on for fantasy now. Zay Jones and Zonovan Knight.
I see some of these. Yeah, I know. If only had one more, we have the sleepiest team. Pacheco, Latavius. Yes. Hollywood and Jamal Williams, a running back and a flex, please.
Jamal Williams and Hollywood Brown.
I would go with Pacheco and Jamal Williams.
I'm very surprised at the results of this poll. I thought Shane Falco wasn't really that good. He just kind of just relies on like grit and heart.
Yeah, people have, and also he's a scab. All right, like let's be clear. That's a very anti-labor movie, and I like the movie, but the politics of that movie are problematic, and I don't like it. We're pro-labor here. We're pro-union.
Okay, well, are you kidding me right now?
Anti-scabs.
You can't say this.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
The movie's based on the Washington, I'm not going to say it, but the 87 replacement season. So, that's what it's based off of. But Shane Falco's got heart. Like you're saying, he just needed a coach to believe in him.
Yeah, but he's not that good.
And he's like the best person. So that might be why like people are voting for him.
People are just living off that Ohio State legacy. But like, you know what? Tim Couch won a Heisman too. All right. Doesn't make him a good NFL quarterback.
All right. We got to go, everybody. Thank you so much for being part of the show. We appreciate it. Good luck to you. We'll talk to you after the games end, after the 1 and 4 o'clock games end, about 8 p.m. Eastern time. And somebody likes Chris. Another W for Towers. All right. You see what? Would have been clever if you had spelled his name Towwers. That would have been another W for Towers. And thank you for watching, everybody. All right. Good luck. Get a win. We'll talk to you tonight on Fantasy Football Today.